Hey, today I want to talk to you about something I think so many women are feeling, but they often struggle to talk about and to explain. Often they'll find themselves going off to the GP, just explaining they're not feeling like themselves. So just listen up, and if this is you, I hope you can relate. Have you ever found yourself thinking, do you know what? Why do I feel so different after the age of 35? Maybe you're feeling tired all the time, more tired than you used to be. Maybe you've got cravings, food noise, whatever it is, and it's louder than it used to be as well. Maybe your energy just feels lower, and maybe you're just feeling more stressed or overwhelmed than you used to be. Things that you used to just be able to crack on with are actually feeling like a huge, great big deal right now. Or perhaps you're looking at your body and you're thinking, why are things not working for me the way that they used to? And honestly, I hear this all the time from the busy women that I work with, and it's so sad actually because so many of the women that I work with, when they get to their 30s or 40s, suddenly feel like they're fighting against their own body. And it can feel really confusing because nobody really prepares us. They definitely don't. There's no education around this for the changes that our bodies are going to go through. Instead, we often end up blaming ourselves, feeling like it's just us when we're lying awake at night or looking for other answers at bedtime, scrolling on our phones. But actually, it's nothing to do with us. It's the chapter that we're heading into. It's these years, this important decade in our lives. We think to ourselves, "Do you know what? I just need to crack on. I need some more motivation. I've lost my willpower. I need to get it back, or I just need to get back on track. I need to be more strict. I'll start again on Monday." And it's just a constant vicious cycle. It's a battle. So sometimes it's actually the main reason that we suddenly start, to feel it's too hard. I can't do this anymore. And as women, when we're moving through our 30s into our 40s, these hormone changes can start happening to us. And I'm not saying that every single symptom that you're experiencing right now automatically means that you're going through the perimenopause, but changes in your hormones really do affect your body more than you can actually realize. And it's not just weight. Weight's just a byproduct of all of this imbalance. It also impacts our energy, our stress, our mood, our sleep, the cravings that we have on the daily, and how we cope with situations daily. And it's about also how we feel each day, like how we're waking up and how we're getting on with our day. And I think this becomes even harder for us because as women, we're so busy carrying everything for everybody else, working, looking after children. I was speaking to a client just today. When we're at this stage in our lives, we've often worked our way up into a more higher responsible role at work. And we're going through this really hard time whilst we're trying to juggle a really hard career on top of running a house and having children that have needs from us. Because do you know what? That's what we're there for, aren't we, as parents? And it's trying to juggle everything, remember those needs, looking after everybody else in our world. Sometimes at this stage as well, we can have older parents that need our help and support. Perhaps you're currently dealing with a parent's illness, and that, again, is a huge, great big weight on our shoulders. Somewhere in and amongst all of that, you're trying your best to look after yourself too, because primarily that is what you're wanting to do. And of course, things can start to feel harder at this stage. And I just want to share a little bit about me and why I became so passionate about helping women understand this, because health became very personal to me when I was just 16 years old, when I lost my mum. And from the age of 9, I'd grown up with the words cancer, and my life, I became a carer very young, caring for my mum, and I wouldn't change that for the world, but it definitely shaped me in who I am today. It completely changed the way that I look at life, the way that I don't just want to, survive. I want to thrive through life. I want to have energy. I want to feel strong. I want to be here to fully embrace all that life offers and enjoy it and be a great role model to my children as well. I want to understand what's happening inside my body. I don't want to just go to the doctors to be treated for some symptoms and never get to the actual issue, just dealing with the surface level problems. I want to get to the root cause, and that's what I help hundreds and hundreds of women do daily. Because as I got older, I started to notice that my body was changing as well. Stress was definitely affecting me differently. I started to feel anxious and I didn't understand what anxiety was at the time. Energy was just feeling different for me. Some days I'd wake up and be like full of life. The next day I'd be waking up thinking, I feel like I've actually been run over. What is going on? And I just knew I wasn't feeling the same anymore. So I became completely obsessed with learning It was like pulling a thread that just kept on going. In fact, it still is. I'm always learning. I will never ever stop learning. I studied nutrition, women's health, eating psychology, and perimenopause because I simply wanted answers, not just for myself, but for women who were feeling exactly the same. Mums that I met on the playground of my children's school, friends that I made along the way, people that I was working with. I could hear how this was impacting them and their families as well. Because I truly believe that women deserve more than simply being told, eat less and move more. The amount of times I've joined a gym and got myself down for like a 12-week or 8-week challenge, whatever it was, and just really buckled down into that eat less, move more. And it can become quite addictive, but the damage that that can also be doing at times throughout certain stages in our life is detrimental to our health. We deserve to understand our bodies better. We just do. And as an ex-teacher, my passion was I was becoming frustrated because I wasn't able to educate these children in my class around health enough. And, since finishing my teaching career, almost 10 years ago now, I've been on a mission to help educate not just women, but their children and their families too. And I think understanding what's happening in our bodies is definitely the first step towards feeling more like you again. So I'd love to know here in the comments what has felt most different or maybe perhaps difficult for you lately. Is it your energy, cravings, mood, sleep? What is it that's been impacting you? And if you'd like to find out more or you'd like to connect with me and have some more support just to chat on Instagram, come and find me, Caroline Heaton-Tate, or drop me a DM over there with the word reset and we'll get talking. Thanks so much for listening.